Welcome back everyone to more gameplay of NR 2003. We're working our way through the 2022 racing season and it's time for more short track racing. Today we're hopping into Richmond Night BR. We're going to be doing 60 laps with realistic damage, no yellow flags or pace laps. So we're going to get this thing started quickly and then we're going to keep it going under green flag conditions. We're going to be racing against a total of 38 AI. Let's get started.
Drivers, start your engines.
All right, we've taken the command. We're going green in about a half a lap, which, well, we're actually going to take the green probably in the middle of 3 and 4 since we're at the back of the field.
Get ready now, going green.
But now for today's race, I have made a few changes. A couple of big changes to the track to keep things interesting. So we'll talk about those as we get the race started.
Green flag, green flag, green, green, green.
You can see the start a little sloppy here at the back of the field. So we'll try to give the AI a couple of laps to get everything sorted out. But you can see right now there's a lot of hesitation, a lot of starting, stopping, and
Clear inside, inside.
so we're just going to sort of mesh in here with them for the first few laps. Now the bottom is where you want to be, for sure. I do not want to take it 3 wide. Let's repeat the mantra. We're not going to take it 3 wide unnecessarily, especially at the very beginning here, and try to pass a bunch of cars.
Keep low.
All right, woof. Come on, guys.
Keep
Gotta
low.
get through the corner. I know you guys
Keep low.
getting all backed up. We gotta get through the corner. All right, 15. I'm trying to follow you here.
Still there.
I'm trying.
Clear.
All right, there we go. At least for a moment, anyway. So the changes I made to the track. Number 1, I took a sizable amount of grip away from the track. By default, this track is really fast,
Car outside.
but I changed that. So now we're going to have to
Still
struggle
there.
for grip. We're going to be sliding around a lot
Keep
more.
low.
The second thing is I still try to stay
Stay
off
low.
the 15.
Clear outside.
Does it seem like we're on a collision course? All right, let's see if we can get to his inside.
Outside.
Oh, hello,
You're on the
51.
bottom. 3 wide. Outside.
All right, what happened?
Still there.
What happened? Oh, the 41. Yeah, that's all right. You just guys, everybody just stop
Still
let
there.
the 41 do his thing. All right, so some AI
Still
behavior
there.
there. I mean, at least we didn't have a big crash, so we'll just go with it. I wonder why everybody just
Stay low.
put the parachute out all of a sudden,
Keep low.
and now we know.
Stay low.
All right, so I took a bunch of grip away so that we would slip and slide more, slow the cars down overall, have to fight for grip. The second thing I did was increase the tire
Keep
wear.
digging. Stay low.
And I wanted to do that
Still
so
there.
that as the race went on, we would have to struggle even more with grip. So what that does is it adds some unknowns,
Clear.
which makes it more fun for me. And I believe, in a lot of ways, more realistic because I don't do a lot of practice. So a lot of the setup that is in this car right now is after I did a few stints, very short stints. I make changes after each stint and then basically just try to see what we've got. And then I make a few adjustments after my final practice just to try to take the car in the direction that I believe it
Car
needs to
outside.
go to be better. And then we start the
Keep
race.
low. Clear outside.
So that way I don't get the car perfect. I don't do lap after lap after lap and a bunch of practice races so that the car becomes perfect. You know, I start this race not knowing exactly what I've got for a setup, not knowing exactly how fast the AI are going to be, so I don't know how many cars we'll be able to pass. And you've seen examples of that so far this season. There have been times where we ran right up into the top 10, sometimes even top 5, I believe. Other times, we were struggling at the very back of the pack. So right now we're running 22nd. Obviously there have been a few issues so far in the race, but we're 22nd nonetheless. And we're trying to figure out how to get inside that top 20, knowing that the tires are going to lose grip. So we start the race not knowing exactly what we've got, what the AI's got, nor do we know exactly how much grip we're going to lose from the tires as the race goes, and we don't know how much the AI are going to lose. And that makes it a lot of fun. All those unknowns make it a lot of fun for me, and I hope you guys enjoy them as well. I know everybody wants to win every race, or at least have a shot at winning every race, but that's not as fun for me. If I start a race knowing that I'm either starting the race at the front of the field or knowing that I should just be able to blast my way through the field, then that takes away some of the fun for me. I do not mind struggling mid-pack or in the back of the pack. My goal in every one of these races is always the same. We're going to pass as many cars as we can, but my goal is always to get the most out of the car that I can. Figure out, based on what speed and handling we have in the car, figure out how to get the most out of it. Whether that's fighting for 30th or fighting for a win.
Clear.
All right, so we made our way inside the top 30 pretty quickly. Now, we are trying to get inside that top 20. You can see everything is really spread out in front of us. We've got 2 cars here and then quite a bit of space, about a straightaway in fact, before you get to another car. Also keep in mind that we are fighting arrow loose. So running down a car, even on this short track, Richmond is very fast. So we are definitely fighting that arrow push. So running a car down and passing them are 2 different things. So you add that arrow in the mix and that just makes it even worse. Ooh, easy 21. 21 did not get through that corner quickly at all. See if we can get position here. No, he didn't really want to give it to us. Mid-corner, he sort of gave it to us. It was too late by then, but we should have him here. All right, let's see what we've got on corner entry.
Keep low. Clear.
Okay, the car was nice and stable. When you have to really cut off the entry with a terrible angle there, like that, you just never quite know exactly what you're going to have.
You're now in the top 20.
Oh, I like hearing that. That's goal number 2. First goal is top 30. Second goal is top 20. Then from here, I really focus on 5 cars at a time. But today, I don't know. I don't know how much time we're going to have. Because even if we can get by Cindric in front of us, that's a long way to go. A lot of ground to make up in front of him. Assuming we can get around Cindric, of course. Oh, man, he really slowed that thing down on entry. A lot more than I was expecting. Oh, we got a nice run here.
Outside.
Let's see what we can do with him on entry of 1.
Still there.
I was basically trying to tiptoe in there.
Stay low.
Same thing here into 3. All right, car's actually not too bad. All right, so we made the pass. Let's see if we can put some distance on those guys and narrow it up to the guys in front of us. So we've definitely got a little room here if we've got the speed to make it happen. Of course, you also got to think about tire wear. The car's going to change how it behaves as we move throughout the race. Now, we're only running 60 laps. I say only because that's not a long stint at this track. We're definitely putting some room on the guys behind us. That much we're doing right now. Not been watching the time to those in front of us because I figure if we're going to catch them, then I'll know soon enough. So time really doesn't mean a whole lot to me. And I have turned off the spotter giving us lap times or anything like that. So he's going to be a lot quieter. So hopefully I hear the lap count and how many we have to go. I'm definitely catching these guys in front. I mean, they're getting bigger. Boy, at this track, sometimes you just feel lost on the entry of one. There's, you know, it seemed like a second or so where the car's just sort of drifting in space and you're not exactly sure where you are and where the car wants to go. That's how wide the entry is in this thing. You just feel like you're just sort of out there forever. All right, so far so good. We're inside the top 20, fighting for more. All right, the gearing looks pretty good. I mean, because we are really ringing out the RPMs on the entry of one. So far it looks like we've got plenty of speed to run these guys down in front of us, but you can see they're starting to spread out as well. Seems like they were closer together than this when we started this journey several laps back. That's actually probably for the better.
There's the cross flag. We're halfway.
There we go. Okay, now we know. We got about 30 or so laps. I cannot remember. Was it 60 or 65 laps? I can't remember. So we got about 30 laps to go. And the car's handling pretty good here. I really don't have any complaints. Ooh, I thought the car wanted to swap ends on me just briefly there on the entry. But I really enjoy a track that doesn't have tons and tons of grip. When the track is all gripped up, that's less fun for me. I like to have to drive the car more. And I love that fall off. So when the fall off becomes multiple seconds per lap, that's when I really like it. All right, we got a nice run here.
Outside. Keep low. Keep low.
You can see me fighting it there on the exit. All right, I backed out of this real early. I did not want to jump up on Bubba Wallace there and put us in a bad position corner entry because he might have given us plenty of room. But then again, he might not have. And we've made up too many positions. We've come too far. To do something like that. So what I like to do, just thinking ahead a little bit, if I can get, well that didn't help. I'd like to get a good exit off of 4. Yeah, just couldn't quite get the power down and keep it there. But I'd like to get a good exit off of 4 and get to his inside, because I think that we could clear him coming off of 2 if we can get position going into 1.
Outside. Still
All right,
there.
he opened the door for us there.
Stay low.
Let's see if I can. Oh, we're sliding around
Clear.
all over the place. Yeah, that's why I don't like making that move into 3, but I basically had to take that. And he was giving it to us. Oh. Whew. All right, here we go. All right, that's a pretty good exit. Don't know that we're going to be close enough.
Car outside. Stay low.
There we go.
Keep low. Keep low. Stay low. Clear.
All right, so that worked out very nicely. So let's see if we can continue on. So now we're up to 17th. I mean, when you're starting in the rear and you can even approach the top 15, that's when you get excited. Now, if we had a much longer race, then it would be even more exciting, because then you'd be thinking, okay, if I've made up this much time this early in the race, then we might be able to get inside that top 10 and really start to make some noise.
That car's a lap down. 20 laps to go.
Well, I'm glad he told me that. I did not realize that. I had not noticed the blinking in the live leaderboard that we have in the top left. All right, I missed how many laps he said we have left. I missed that. Totally missed it. So I'm guessing 10? Of course, it doesn't really matter to me, because I'm just going to do the best I can with however many laps we got. Now, I did happen to notice when we were fighting with Bubba Wallace that Justin Haley was right there. He was within a second of our battle. We've been able to pull away from him now and gotten it back over a second. But he's not going anywhere. Let's see if we can get position here.
Outside.
Going into 1.
Clear outside.
Yeah, we're definitely starting to lose a lot of grip here out of these tires, and that, I love it. I love it. Because that's when it's really in the driver's hands. You know, aero is definitely an issue at this track because you're running so fast. I mean, minimum speeds in real life, of course I've toned them down here, minimum speeds would be around 100 miles an hour, middle of the corner. Now later on in a run, they'll drop below that, but somewhere around 100 or higher, I mean, that's certainly enough speed for aero to become an issue. And of course, we're talking about mid-corner speeds there. So I'm waiting for my next update on the number of laps left.
That car's a lap down.
All right, so Blaney, it looks like, is the next car for position. So right now, the car is actually fairly well balanced for me. You can see me fighting with the exit, but that's kind of to be expected. I mean, it's at some point, the right rear's just lost so much grip that it's hard to get the pedal down. But it's actually, for the most part, it's been pretty easily manageable for me. is Amarola. We're starting to see a few of our buddies from the back of the pack now.
Car outside. Still there. Stay low.
This is where when you're trying to make a pass like this is where you just really hope you didn't make him mad earlier in the race whenever you were getting by him. Because he would make it really hard on you. Or worse. We've certainly seen worse.
That car's a lap down. We got
Again?
just 10 more to go.
I keep hoping that we're coming up on cars that are... I think he said 10 to go, by the way. I briefly heard him. But I keep hoping that these, this next car is going to be for position, because I mean, we're so close to the top 15 here. But I think it's Blaney for position. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So a quick glimpse up to check the leaderboard. And once again, I noticed that Haley, I don't really pay a lot of attention to behind us. But ever since Haley was right there with us earlier, just trying to check and see exactly how close he's been able to stay. And he's been, I mean, you can see we've put a little bit of time on him if we can stay out of the wall there. We've been able to put a little time on him, but he's pretty much right with us. Alright, so we had 10 to go, which means we're coming up on 5 to go. Alright, I may take to the high side here. Because trying to get by both of these guys on the bottom, I don't know. I don't know how much room they're going to give me. As you can see, they're running right together. Oof, and the high side is not being all that kind to me. So no grip up there for me. No grip anywhere for me, quite frankly. Alright, so let's try. Yeah, that right rear is really struggling for grip now.
Car outside.
Alright, I try to be really easy on the entry there.
Clear outside. Car outside. Keep low. Keep low.
Again, I backed way out early. I did not want to creep up on the 51 on entry there to turn 1 and have him come down on
Car
us.
outside. Still there. That car's a lap down. Clear. Just 2 to go.
Alright, my man said 2 to go as I'm looking at a white flag. 2 to go. Alright, big guy. You gonna give me some room down here?
Car outside. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Alright,
Clear
there we go.
outside.
So I know Justin Haley, he ran us down while we were struggling so badly with that lap traffic, but ultimately he's got his own struggles with him, so we're going to bring it home 16th position. I like it. I like
All right, there's the checkered flag. Bring it on home and let's get the heck out of here.
it. Once again, he's just not happy if we're not inside the top 10. But from the back of the pack, starting dead last and ending up 16th, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's take a look real quick at the final standings. So what we got? Logano, Truex, and Elliott on the podium. Who was ahead of us? So we had Dylan and Blaney, Allmendinger. Okay, so those guys were just ahead. Hamlin, would have expected Hamlin to be a little bit better, given how strong he is at this track, but a solid top 10 for him. Overall, that was a lot of fun. You could see the leader was coming. And of course, your initial glimpse, even if you didn't know that, your hints were given by the fact that the white flag was out when we still had 2 to go, and the checkered was showing when we still had 1 lap to go. So we knew it was getting pretty close behind us. So Logano was sparing no one on his march through the field, leaving only 18 cars on the lead lap. That was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that I increased the tire wear and took grip out of the track, because it meant a lot more fun, a lot more working that wheel for me. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more NR 2003.